Hello, welcome to MTG Pro Tutor. I'm Sean Pennard, your host, and today we're opening this Cons of Tarkir booster pack. Let's dive in and see what we get. So in draft, I always take out the marketing card and the land, and then I always look at the rare. We have End Hostilities, destroy all creatures and all permanents attached to creatures. So that's really good. This will destroy enchantments, artifacts, and bestow creatures, which is only really relevant in standard and not so much in limited. I do like having board wipes. They have the unique ability or the rare ability of turning a losing game into a winning one, because you can kind of reset the board, and as long as you are able to build up faster than your opponent can build up, you're in the money. They also have the unique ability, the unique characteristic of being terrible when you're ahead. When you're ahead, the last thing you want to do is wipe the board, right? So the downside, however, is not the floor is not that low and the ceiling's pretty high. So I do tend to like board wipes because removal is at a premium in limited, and being able to remove everything is really nice. So let's see what else the pack does have to offer, and see if we'll end up taking End Hostilities. So here you have a 3/3 first strike, it morphs for 5. This card's pretty expensive, it's not that good. If you want a 3/3 first strike, you can go with the Krumar Bonkin, for example. Defiant Strike, pretty good cantrip, maybe not so much in limited, but generally speaking, in standard, this card's really nice. You get to draw a card, and then it gives your creature +1/+0. This is nice in limited if you have a well-made prowess deck where you're looking for cheap spells that draw into other cheap spells. Scaldkin, 2/2 for flying for 4 mana. You can sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to target creature or player. Bloodfire Expert, speaking of prowess, is a 3/1 with prowess. Kintree Warden has its uses. For example, it can block. Oh, Willie locks it on. As long as you have 2 mana, you can regenerate it, and he just keeps, he just stands firm. So it makes him alright, but you have to keep that mana up to make him really good. So Mardu Skull Hunter. Excuse me. Enters the battlefield tapped. If raid was triggered, then your opponent discards a card. I don't really like the fact that he enters the battlefield tapped. It really slows you down, and having your opponent discard a card, unless you make them discard their last card, and it's like the bond that they've been holding on to, is not that relevant of an ability. Tranquil Cove is the white-blue refuge. I usually like to take them once I identify the colors that I'm going to be in. Rakshasa Secret, target opponent discards 2 cards, you mill 2. Jeskai Banner, pass. I don't like banners, I like morphs. Naturalize, there's no need to main deck this card. You can take it late, have it in your sideboard, but there's really no strong targets. Goblin Slide, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste onto the battlefield. So, you play this on turn 3, and then the idea is you play a lot of spells and make a bunch of little goblins. Ooh, Abzan Charm, best charm of the 5. Exile target creature with power 3 or greater. Draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life, or distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 creatures you control. Quiet Contemplation, there is a deck to be built around this card, but I would recommend not going that route. Leave that for the more slick pro type players, and just stick with what you know when you start out with. That is building a deck around creatures and crushing your opponent with synergistic abilities. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. If you do, tap target creature an opponent controls. It doesn't untap during its untap step. Alright, so Abzan Charm is definitely the runner-up here for End Hostilities. Abzan Charm is more versatile. End Hostilities has a bigger impact on the board. Abzan Charm is good when you're ahead or behind. End Hostilities is only great when you're behind. End Hostilities can buy you time, turn a losing game into a winning one. Abzan Charm, can buy you time, but doesn't necessarily turn the whole game around. So, Abzan Charm 3 colors, End Hostilities 1 color. So, tough choice. I would go with End Hostilities on this one, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Also, if you notice, the past few days I've been using a black background. Let me know what you think of that. Do you prefer the white over the black? If so, why? Why not? Leave a comment below just saying black or white, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks. I'm Sean Penrod, and we'll see you in the next pack.